8,000 brand new star systems have now been colonized, and over 13,000 facilities have been completed. All of that in just the space of a few days. The latest update then for Elite Dangerous Trailblazers is all about system colonization and the ability for players to create their own space stations. Unfortunately, it's all hit a bit of a snag, despite the fact that this update has been very successful so far. Frontier recently, yesterday in fact, posted an update to their forums saying that they're now going to have to pause the system colonization functionality. They haven't gone into detail on why this is. In fact, they've been very vague about that, but they've said they've identified an issue that means that they're going to need to pause this particular function. That said, there's a few important details that are well worth keeping in mind here. Firstly, this will not affect systems that have already been claimed, so if you've claimed a star system, or if you're working on a star system, if you've already got a star system completed, whatever way that actually is, it will still be there. There's not going to be any progress lost. And in case you're wondering, Frontier have confirmed that currently there's no plans for a rollback. Now, it's also worth adding in here that this update to Trailblazers has been released as a beta into the live update. They're calling it a live beta. Now, well, I always think that betas are separate updates. They normally go on to test servers before they actually move over to the live servers. What Frontier are trying to do here, and I understand why they're doing it, because in the past they've had problems. They're trying to ensure that the game is correctly balanced. If you remember back to the release of fleet carriers, if you were playing Elite at that time, there were actually a huge number of imbalance issues with carriers, and this took quite a long time to resolve and that led to quite a bit of a player backlash. So what Frontier are trying to do here is to avoid those problems by releasing this as a beta, meaning they will adjust the various values and balancing requirements for Trailblazers as they go along. Another problem that players have noticed is that some of the systems they've claimed are not actually saying that they've claimed them. So they've gone out and claimed the star system, and then it's not showing as such in the UI. This is a problem that Frontier had said is UI only. The system is still claimed, and they've actually fixed that apparently in the update that's been released today. However, this update today is not going to fix the other issue, the major issue that's going on with system colonization itself. That's something that Frontier say they're still working on, and they're not going to be happy to resume it until they're 100% certain that everything is fixed and working as it should be. Now, as to the reason of why that was all paused, I don't want to speculate too much here. I've seen a few posts over on X as well as on Reddit that it's possible that the problem here was that there was some sort of glitch, some sort of exploit that people were using to claim these systems and get their stations built very, very fast. But I'm not sure how true that is. It's just something that I've seen a few other people say. It's equally possible, I would assume, that there's just some fundamental instability with the way this system was working, or that it wasn't working as Frontier intended. Either way, hopefully it will be back on track soon, preferably for this weekend, because I know a lot of people like to play the game over the weekend, especially when they've got a lot of grinding to do. It's a good time to get that done. Moving on, we come to other news. This is about player-created content, a player-created expedition, in fact, possibly one of the best. Distant Worlds 3 was recently announced as a possibility, and the organisers were very interested in gauging public interest in how many people would want to participate. Well, yesterday a new trailer was released for Distant Worlds 3, and it looks like this is actually going ahead, and it's going to be happening in 2026. Now, that might seem quite a way off, but traditionally the Distant Worlds expeditions have always taken quite some time to organise, and I do believe that Distant Worlds 2 took 6 months, maybe much more, to actually get fully organised. Now, for those of you who are new to this, what is Distant Worlds? These are player-run expeditions, player-run events. The first one happened in January 2016. It had around about 1,300 players taking part. The second one happened in January 2019, and this time had 14,000 players signed up. That is a significant number of people. The events are exploration focused, and they're about taking players on a massive voyage, usually across the galaxy. Along the way, there are multiple stop-off points where you can find some rather stunning and truly beautiful locations. Usually, the whole event takes place over multiple months. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Distant Worlds 2 and Distant Worlds 1 were some of the best gaming experiences I've ever had. but they are saying that mid-January 2026 is likely to be the target date for this. They said that the sign-up roster should be going live soon. Meanwhile, we've got the trailer, I'll link that in the video description, and we've got the official forum post, which I will also link in the video description as well, for those of you who want to check that out. So there we are, that brings us up to date. There's another video on the screen right here if you want to check that one out. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.